Okay, welcome everybody, both around the world, Australia, but particularly in New Zealand. Welcome to the New Zealand Monday night webinar. This is the first one I've done specifically for the New Zealand market, a market that in the direct sales industry is almost the best performing per capita in the world. Not many people know that, but if you look at all the top direct sales companies over the last few decades and the sales volume that they've created with the New Zealand population, it's almost the best per capita in the world. With the company that we're talking about tonight with Jeunesse Global, barely a pin drop in the ocean of those figures. And so the opportunity now in New Zealand, whilst everything's registered, everything's localized, there's a huge opportunity really for entrepreneurs and big thinking people to own a big chunk of that New Zealand market, which transforms into other countries all around the world today as well. My name is Aaron Biley. I'm a Diamond Director with Jeunesse Global, and tonight we're going to talk a little bit generically about what are the business facts and economy trends out in the world today. We're going to talk a bit about Jeunesse as a company, the products, how we get paid, and then your success blueprint, whether you're looking at a few extra dollars, whether you're looking to be a wholesale customer, whether you're looking for full-time income, or even rock star income, which was where I was. So I got started in this business almost 5 years ago, and it's been a great journey. I mean, I've gone from working 100 hours a week, being pretty miserable and broke in traditional business, to living up here in Noosa, living life on my terms, and living that lifestyle that I always dreamed of. And that was, a long journey. I mean, people say it took me 3 years to get to Diamond, but in reality, it really took me 16 years from the day I got introduced to business and entrepreneurship and network marketing to really making it in a big way. So it's been a great journey over the Jeunesse journey, but a long journey over the entrepreneurial path as well, because look, you need to establish a certain criteria of mindset in order to be successful in any business. Some people just aren't cut out for that, and some people are. I mean, if it's living life on your terms that motivates you, and I use that term because that can pretty much sum up everybody that has dreams and goals and thinks big. Anybody that's not ready for mediocrity, and why would you be? You get one shot at life, make the most of that. And I remember at 21 years of age reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where he said 80% of people that are wealthy own their own business. And that was good enough for me, so I went into the business world. So let's get started on the presentation, and I'll continue my story as we go. So this was me 5 years ago, really working from paycheck to paycheck. Wasn't working 8 to 10 hours a day. I was doing 14, 16, 18-hour days sometimes. I ended up, after being exposed to the entrepreneurial world, getting involved in the fitness club in Adelaide, South Australia, and I loved that to begin with. I sold that club, moved to Sydney, and opened up 2 more. Along that journey, I tried pretty much every wealth creation strategy you can think of, because my motivation was to live life on my terms, was to move up to Noosa and to live it and do it young, not to do it in my 60s or 70s as most people that finally get their mortgage paid off and have some money in the bank do. I wanted to do it in my 20s and 30s and 40s, where I could travel the world and have fun and be at home with my family, move to Noosa, go water skiing on a Monday afternoon. That was a big motivating factor for me. So I bought 8 investment properties over a 2-year period and tried every business opportunity you can think of. But after, a decade in the fitness industry and trying many things, and look, some of them worked really well, some of them didn't. What I was after was a passive stream of income, residual income. And whilst I found some business models that could do that, some of them wouldn't do it fast enough. Some of them wouldn't do it big enough. The companies and opportunities that I found that did it big enough and fast enough wouldn't do it long term, or they weren't true residual, and so I was still trading time for money. So at the end of this experiment, I guess it was around about 2011, I found myself miserable, broke, stressed out, working 100 hours a week, living in a rented 2-bedroom apartment in Sydney, and I was into my early 30s now, and I wanted to start a family. I wanted to move to Noosa. I wanted to sit on the beach while the money kept pouring into my bank account. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to help other people and be that coach and that mentor, because once I'd done it, I was so passionate about helping other people all around the world live life on their terms as well. Because I believe that most people deep down really want that. I mean, if you walk down the street today with a lotto ticket, with a winning lotto numbers for $8 million Powerball, 99.999% of people are going to say that they'll take that off your hands if you offer that. So everybody wants it, but there actually are a much lower percentage of people that are prepared to do the work to create that for themselves. I mean, if you do a survey of people, ask them how they think they might get rich, they'll tell you an inheritance or winning the lotto. Now, those two chances are pretty slim, or they might take a long time. And so what we want to be able to do is get off our butts, work hard with a business that's going to work for a period of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, however long it takes. But once it's set up, it's set up. It's bringing you in that money whether you work the business or not. That was a big motivator for me. I wanted to move up to Noosa Heads here in Queensland, start the family, so I needed to do something pretty quickly. These were all my hopes and dreams as we went, and I couldn't ignore the network marketing industry any longer as a business model. One of the things I dabbled in over that 15-year journey was, a couple of different network marketing companies. But really, they were old school companies. I didn't really have any mentorship, guidance, support. And, as someone in my early 20s and then into my mid-20s, I probably lacked a little bit of credibility. You need to do a certain amount of personal development to create that mindset to be successful in business, which is an ongoing process. And so I had pretty limited success with that and kind of decided to not look at the industry. But, 2011, doing the research, boy, had the industry changed a lot. I kept seeing all these statistics. I started seeing all these people making crazy amounts of money in 1 year, and 2 years, and 3 years, and 4 years. And that was a far cry from the first time I looked at it, probably back in 1998, where they talk about the 10-year plan, the 20-year plan. Let's call Uncle Bob every week. Let's go door knocking. Let's hassle friends and family, which really didn't appeal to me too much. It's what I call the old school way of network marketing. But then traditional business, what I call in 2016, is the old school way of business. So the network marketing stats of 200 million people expected to join, over the next decade. In the next 10 years, we'll do more in sales than we've actually accumulated over the last 70. If you look at New Zealand, no different to most other places around the world. An average of sort of 1 in 8 homes operates some kind of home-based business, whether that be network marketing, direct sales, gyms, mowing franchise, whatever it may be. People are sick and tired of getting involved in working 9 to 5 treadmill for somebody else, peak hour traffic, getting paid less than they're worth, spending time away from family, and asking permission when they can take holidays and how long their lunch break should be. People are waking up and the entrepreneurial world is here. I started seeing people like Richard Branson start his own network marketing company. Donald Trump started his own network marketing company. Warren Buffett started investing in direct sales companies. In the media, he bought a company called The Pampered Chef and said cash on cash return, that's the best investment I've ever made. Now, when you look at 2008 onwards, this is really when Warren Buffett started buying into these types of companies. I don't know how he does it, but he just knows where the trends are, where the monies are, what's happening out there in the world, because share prices dropped dramatically during the GFC, didn't they? But the top 7 publicly traded network marketing companies went up an average of 260% during that time, which is what this gentleman was investing into. And when I start seeing these types of people investing in the industry, actively participating, endorsing the industry, that's when I know we're in the right place at the right time. We should look a little bit further. And putting everything together, I just knew that I had to be involved in the network marketing industry if I was going to get out of my current situation, because I needed something that with a very, very part-time effort, because remember, when you're working 100 hours a week, and that's not an exaggeration, Most people aren't even looking sideways at making themselves busier, but I just didn't have any other option. I needed to at least put some time aside, but I needed to get a very good return really, really quickly. And I knew that this was the place I had to be, because no other time that's gone before us of these things come together, of the baby boomers. They're not babies anymore, they're not teenagers anymore, they're not leaving home, they're in their late 50s, they're in their 60s and 70s. Okay, so what do 1 billion people all around the world want and need? We're helping this business opportunity boom. Plus, it's also helping the anti-aging industry today be one of the fastest booming industries in the world. It makes sense. But then we've got Generation Y, kind of up to the age of 25, when surveyed, 60% said they love to be an entrepreneur, start their own business. But their biggest hurdle was funding, getting money to start a franchise or an investment, an invention, or a business opportunity. They're leaning towards network marketing because it's such a low business to get involved with, low overheads, and they're already good on social media. They're already very good with technology, and they're going to the network marketing industry in droves. The unstable economy is getting so many people not only opened to a plan B, a secondary source of income, a part-time business, a home-time business, but they're literally on Google looking for secondary sources of income, internet marketing, working from home, make money online, these types of things. So the economy at the moment is helping the industry to boom. If you look at the middle class throughout the Asian marketplace, huge population, fastest growing area for network marketing today, the Asia Pacific area. I mean, you only have to go back 20 years ago and you were either very, very rich in Asia or very, very, very poor. There was no in between. Okay, now today, there's more middle class just in mainland China alone than the whole population of the United States of America. Credit card in one hand, internet in the other. I remember James Packer, Australian billionaire, on 60 Minutes saying, if you could find a product line or a business opportunity that the middle class throughout Asia would get passionate and fanatical about, that'd be the biggest wealth creation tool we've seen in our lifetime, bigger than the internet. And that's why James Packer was going over to Macau, starting up casinos over there. What else are they fanatical about and passionate about? Skincare, nutrition, network marketing. Just so happens we might have something there. I wrote that down, tick the box. And then technology, really, if you think about it, is bringing all these things together. I can talk to a stranger over in Nigeria on Facebook chat. I can run a webinar like I'm doing now with a couple of hundred people from all over the world on a 1-hour presentation. Think how long that would take to reach a couple of hundred people just a few short years ago. Smartphones, social media, YouTube, all these things are helping us build a big global business very quickly instead of a small local business slowly. So I just got more and more excited the more I started researching the stats around the world, because I didn't want to make this decision lightly. And so I made my mind up in 2011 I was going to switch off the television, not watch any television for 1 year. Literally turned it around and faced the wall. I made a decision that I wasn't going to go to social functions. I made a decision that I was going to make sacrifices, that in the next 12 months I was going to turn everything financially around. And with just 7 to 10 hours a week, I got involved with a network marketing company. The research that went on from the start of that year to the end of that year was then, which company do I get involved with? Because there are over 10,000 companies to choose from. I can choose to get involved with a travel company. I can do a gold company. I can do cryptocurrency. I can do weight loss. I can do literally everything you can think of in network marketing. But I looked at the anti-aging industry, the baby boomers, set to be $1 trillion industry. I mean, someone turns 50 every 7 seconds around the world. This was a sticky niche. This is once people got an emotional attachment to a product, they would buy it every single month, whether they were involved in the business or not, whether they were just a customer. So I wanted something long-term, residual, with products that were going to be long-term passionate. And so we narrowed it down to 10 companies, narrowed it down to 5 companies, and there really was only one company with really strict criteria that when I teamed up with some of the biggest income earners in network marketing history in Australia, as well as some very well-respected traditional business entrepreneurs, we all decided that after looking at many companies, Jeunesse Global was the one that we believed would give the everyday average person the best opportunity to make some full-time income with part-time hours from home, allow us to make some rockstar income, and to be a long-term residual income business. And we thought it even would be an outside chance to be the next billion-dollar company, maybe in a 10 or 15-year period of time. What happened after that was not foreseen. Records were broken. We never imagined in our wildest dreams what took place would take place. I had a 5-year plan. It all happened in under 3 years. So in 2012, Jeunesse hit the top 100 DSA companies worldwide. The youngest company at 3 years of age to ever, or was 2.5 years of age at that stage, to be inside the top 100. The year after, number 78. The year after, number 46. Last year, ranking inside the top 40 direct sales companies worldwide. Again, the youngest company ever to be inside the top 50. This year, we were announced inside the top 20, and towards the end of last year, we did $1.1 billion in annual sales. The fastest company in DSA history. So I'm talking, 103 years since the DSA has been around. No company has ever done $1 billion annually that quickly before. And to kind of, show you how it all happened over, we put the 7th year in at September this year, where we get around, 70+% growth. That'll be an average of doubling our turnover every year for 7 years in a row. Sometimes just more than that, sometimes just under that. But you just don't see companies achieving that today in any sort of commercial appearance. And to put that in perspective for you guys, you look at some of the real big and famous companies that have been around for 30, 40, 50 years, like Amway. They took 21 years in business before they did $1 billion of sales in a 12-month period. That at the time was the fastest to ever achieve that. Then New Skin came along and actually beat them by 1 year, doing it in 20 years. Jeunesse have just done it in 6. And it puts us kind of on par with your Facebooks and your Apples, Amazons, eBay, 7 years. So it kind of puts it in perspective of what's been achieved. And to be inside the top 20 companies this year when you're just 6 years of age, again, nobody's ever actually achieved that before. And that's what I love about Jeunesse, is I love talking about the awards, the facts and the figures, because you don't need to hype it up. You don't need to pitch it or sell it. Just talk about the audited facts and figures. Most network marketers have their angle, their spieler, make it looking like the best thing ever, but it's all just hype. There are no facts and figures to back it up. Everyone says, hey, we're the fastest growing company. Hey, we got the best pay plan. We got the best this. Well, the reality is there's only one government audited figure, and that's the DSA, that's going to tell you whether you're the fastest growing. Jeunesse has been awarded that. What number you are on the DSA rankings. How old were you when you hit $1 billion? There's only 20 companies in history that have done that. And so the facts tell, and the rest, well, it's kind of hype. And where you're looking to put your time and energy, you want to do it where the facts are and where you've got the best opportunity, as long as you work at it to build your business as big and fast as humanly possible. One of our tick boxes was ownership, because there's so many charismatic and smart entrepreneurial network marketing company owners out there, which can be impressive with a one-on-one conversation or from stage. But I wanted someone that was just thinking a little bit smarter and outside the box. People that were building the company for the right reason. They were building it for the long term, building it with integrity. And that's where Wendy and Randy got a huge stick. Randy Ray's been Florida Businessman of the Year twice. Wendy's been voted top most influential women in the industry, many, many times, one female entrepreneur of the year last time. So these guys are genius entrepreneurs. Randy's got the best rags to riches story you've ever heard. Look him up on YouTube. But these guys are building it as a legacy, long-term company. I don't think they quite expected it to grow so fast either, but they did it in reverse. So they started in the Asia Pacific marketplace. Why? For the same reasons we said before, fastest growing, middle class, and then they came back through the USA, Europe, and Australia. We're still just starting to get Europe going. We're just starting to get South America going. We haven't opened India yet. New Zealand is, like I said at the beginning, not even a pin drop in the ocean of sales, but yet a great network marketing country. So for the big thinkers that want a rock solid billion-dollar company and they want to ride the wave to 2, 4, 6, 8, $10 billion, there's not going to be an opportunity like this come up too often in New Zealand or around the world at the moment. We've got a new 130,000 square foot head office, which Jeunesse paid for in cash. And I love to say that, not for big-headedness or bragging, but again, from an entrepreneurial point of view. You know, if you're really doing your due diligence and you know that there's no other investors involved, they didn't borrow money from the bank to start this head office, if they've paid cash for it, your risk of something going wrong is low. It's just like if you go and buy $1 million property and you are right to the edge of what you can afford, right to the edge of repayments, right to the edge on your interest rates. You only need one thing to go wrong, interest rates to go up, or you lose your job and you go under. There's no difference here. If we borrow the money, something goes wrong, it puts pressure on. If you can pay cash for stuff in business or personal, it puts you in a position of strength and longevity. These are the things we need to know in business. Opening over 125 countries around the world. And again, this is critical. If I'm speaking to someone in any room, on any aeroplane, any train, I can ask them where they're from and I can sign them up. You think about that. I mean, this wasn't one of my tick boxes, but I'm so glad that it was one of the other guys' tick boxes, because without it, I would not have my business in the Philippines, which I make a multiple six-figure income from every single year. Because of technology, because of global, because of middle class, all these things we're talking about, we were able to enroll someone in 2012, Thelma Ong in the Philippines, who is now an emerald in the business, and exploded our business. If we weren't open there, we couldn't enroll her. If we didn't have Facebook, we couldn't have enrolled her. If she wasn't in a position to enroll, we couldn't have enrolled her. And so you think about this, you know, like Nigeria, Namibia, Zambia, Brazil, you know, Canada, New Zealand, everywhere you can think of, 125 countries, you can jump on Facebook, LinkedIn, have a chat to someone and enroll them. Again, there's no other 3, 4, 5, 6 years now, 6-year-old company that's open in this many countries around the world. It normally takes decades to open up like this. This is what we call the new age of network marketing. And the way that we teach people to build this business is new age. You know, social media cannot be ignored. Attraction marketing cannot be ignored. The J Mobile app on your phone. It's exciting and sexy to build a network marketing business in 2016. Really, I think the major reason, though, behind $1 billion in 6 years and why we are still growing at such a rapid rate, and you really think about this, it has to be true, because we could have the best owners, the best marketing, we could have a global marketplace, we could have everything happening, but if our product was just an everyday average, let's say it was a fruit juice, didn't really do much, would people get passionate? Would they get an emotional attachment to that? Would they be in a panic if that bottle ran out? Where do I find some the next month? Would they reorder? You know, probably not. So you want products that aren't just good, but they're exceptional. You want products that people don't just need, but they want. That is how, without any marketing or hype, people just try the products for themselves, 30-day money-back guarantee, but at the end of that 30 days, they just have to go back on month 2 and buy them, whether there's any money involved, whether there's a business opportunity involved, or whether they're buying them off the store, off the shelf. They just have to have them. That's really the secret to Jeunesse's success. We have a youth enhancement system. If you kind of think about Jeunesse as the closest thing to the fountain of youth that science can actually back up and prove in 2016, both inside and out, that is Jeunesse Global. Really, you know, if you talk about the stem cell technology, everybody wants to know more about stem cells. They're in the media all the time, on the news, in the newspaper, in magazines, performing some other miracle. We have the only and we have the first human derived stem cell cosmetic line in the world. And that's really the money train. I mean, I remember looking at this and thinking, man, it's ticking every single box. I have now ticked the box for longevity, so I don't have to do another company ever. But can I go around talking about serums and night creams and moisturizers when I grew up on a farm, played Aussie rules football? I mean, can I do this as a guy? And further research said there's nothing else that I can do, because my main passion was to get out of my financial situation, was to help other people with a home-based business and live life on their terms. Now, when Jeunesse became the 20th company to reach $1 billion annually, I look back at the previous 19 companies that had reached that level. Guess what? 18 of them, their number one selling product line was correct, their skincare line. So then why would I then, after decades and decades and decades, almost 100 years in this industry, number one selling product line in the world, recession proof, and will continue to grow bigger and bigger, is skincare, is beauty, personal use. Why would I then go and join a company like travel or weight loss and go against the tide and have a mediocre business for a short term? So I just had to get involved in that. I mean, I looked at the Asian marketplace, like James Packer said, every second billboard in the Philippines and China and Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, skincare, recession-proof product line. And I knew that females were joining the network marketing industry in droves. What would they love to use and talk about naturally? Fastest growing group of people in skincare, believe it or not, males. So it had everything going for it from a business point of view. Plus, I was like no other person out there. Everyone else is the same, We don't want to look old. So I was pretty open to using these products. So I thought, I don't want to look 40 when I'm 40. I don't want to look 50 when I'm 50. But my motivation around that wasn't to probably go out looking for the best skincare product line. I was probably hoping one day my wife would come home with a male skincare and would help me look younger. But when it was put in front of me, I thought, you know what, I really want to try this and look younger as well. I got great results in 90 days. My wife got great results. Everyone I gave it to got incredible results. I got passionate about the product. I use it more than my wife does now. But at the end of the day, you know what it gave me? It gave me the money train. Stem cell technology, skincare, network marketing, all around the world. That's what it gave me. So it gave me freedom. I ended up replacing my income within 9 months of joining this business from the 2 fitness clubs that I had. So I sold them, went full-time at the end of my first year. Over the last almost 5 years, I've enrolled about 130 people. That's turned into over 100,000 people in 103 countries around the world. Why? Because of this product line. So I can pretend that I'm all tough and above it, and I'm a guy, and I'm not going to get passionate about this and stay broke, stay living in Sydney, stay in traditional business, or I could get over myself, try some great product range, look younger, and give my family the life that they deserve. And to have a stem cell cosmetic line was just a little bit better than having your everyday average skincare line. And so as they say, the rest is history. Moved up to Noosa in March last year. Started a family, which was the dream. What a great place to bring up your family, that in beautiful, warm Noosa, the beaches, the lifestyle, the community. Working from home, I spend every day with them. And when I'm not doing that, I'm traveling the world helping other people to do that. I couldn't have done that if one thing was different products, different ownership, different pay plan. So it's this perfect formula that came together, and I know that it can for you as well. In fact, I can help you fast track that by showing you the things that I did that didn't work. But if you just copy the step-by-step program that I did, there's no reason why you can't do the same. You can't tell me that you don't have time because I didn't have time. You can't tell me that you can't afford it because I was broke. Okay, the only one thing you can say is yes or no. And no is just an excuse. Continue on. Yes, well, you got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Let's work together, see where we can take it. And I just love the products. Every single one of them has a percentage of the growth factors in there. So it's important to know that there's no actual human stem cells in these bottles because they don't survive outside the body. Okay, you don't want to be rubbing other people's stem cells on you. That wouldn't do anything anyway. But the stem cells, when they communicate and when they divide, they leave behind the communication language. Okay, they leave behind growth factors. So the growth factors like collagen, elastin, they're the same in every single human being on this planet. Doesn't matter what skin color, what race, what religion, it's like the same fingerprint or the same blood type. All our growth factors are identical. That's what's in our products. Okay, when applied, it's the most natural way to stimulate skin cells, collagen, elastin, and all the other 220 plus growth factors that we have, which when we're younger it does it naturally, but when we're older it doesn't. So let's wind back the clock and naturally reproduce those things to give us more of a youthful appearance. Your cleanser, your serum, your daily moisturizer, night cream, body renewal, rub it everywhere. And the ultimate lifting mask, put it on, wait 20 minutes, peel it off, instant results. But we don't just stop there. This weekend at Jeunesse University in Melbourne, we just released a brand new product called the Flawless Skin Brightener. Now, originally I kind of thought, fantastic. You know, I'm a big thinker, I'm an open thinker, great for the Asian marketplace here in Australia and abroad because they love to have white skin. We want to get tanned, don't we, in Australia, New Zealand, and look bronzed. But again, a little bit naive thinking with my skincare understanding, because after getting rid of our wrinkles and looking older, the second thing that most people want to do with their skin is get rid of those aging spots. You know, those big moles that started out small, the little freckles that now are big. You know, we had flawless skin, now we've got freckles everywhere. And I've got to admit, when I look at my arms, there are a lot more pigmentation there than there used to be. So I'm actually really excited to try this product to have that more youthful, you know, even skin tone and that normal coloration of that really shiny skin. So that's a product that's just been released. It's got the growth factors in there and some really incredible products to help that skin complexion to look, you know, younger again. And you've got about 28 days scientifically for this to take place. So try this product out. All our products are backed by science. So you can see here this trial, clinical trial, 65% decrease in deep lines after 56 days. A male, 52% decrease in fine lines after 56 days using our whole Luminous product range. We've got literally hundreds and hundreds of before and after photos. Go and look them up for yourself. Try the product out for yourself, 30, 60, 90 days. Take your own before and after pictures. It's going to be your best marketing tool. It's going to be incredible for your own belief, and people are just going to trip over themselves to get the product off of you when they receive the results that you're going to get. Instantly Ages takes it to a whole new level. So people want results not in 1 week, not in 30 days. They want results instantly within 1 to 2 minutes, right? And this product is incredible for getting rid of the bags under your eyes, the loose skin, the dark circles, the fine lines around between your eyes, the crow's feet, forehead lines. These types of fine lines and wrinkles will be gone in under 2 minutes. I mean, have a look under the eyes here. You can see a huge difference in 2 minutes. You dab it on, it's got a peptide called a gyroline that's going to help for that to get rid of those dark lines, circles, bags under the eyes in 2 minutes. It'll last for about 8 to 9 hours. And this product alone took product sales in the US, for example, from $3 million a month in sales to Jeunesse doing $15 million a month, because entrepreneurs saw how well this product worked and wanted to get involved. And obviously from a consumer base, people wanted the product as a customer as well. So try that one out. That will blow your mind, that product. That has opened up so many people's minds to the business and the other products. It's a great lead-in conversation example. We also have a nutritional line. Now, as we know, we spend 3 times more money on how we look than how we feel. It should be the other way around, but it's not. And we all know that we age really from the inside, but most people just want that physical appearance, that vanity. But really, I'm passionate from a personal training background, a sporting background on these nutritional products. And I started to learn a lot about healthy eating, which turned into clean and organic eating up here in Noosa. We started learning about health at a cellular level, in network marketing. But now with Jeunesse, they've taken it to a whole new level where we're talking about genetic health, influencing the gene, influencing our DNA, our telomeres, the things that makes us us. And that, thought by scientists, was not overly possible before. And scientists always kind of believed that we were 80% what our mum and dad gave us and 20% what we made of it. Now they believe it's the other way around. 20% what mum and dad gave us genetically, 80% because of science, health, medical breakthroughs is what we make of that. I love our reserve product. Okay, the most potent source of resveratrol that there is, scientifically proven with a Cap-A test with the most antioxidants. What I love about this one is it's in a gel formulation. It's in a package that's never seen oxygen. And so when you have a gel that for the first time it's been oxidized, gets into your body, it's going to get absorbed into the bloodstream straight away. So 90% of the good stuff is going to go and work for you. It also comes from a mulberry, not a red grape, so it's even more potent. And then it's mixed in with other super berries, other super fruits to have this incredible product called Reserve. And the testimonials that we get from this product are insane. Absolutely incredible. So great for your energy, great for your immune system, great for athletes, great for your endurance. Harvard University call it a modern miracle. It's the most researched antioxidant in the world. 100% natural. I give it to my kids. One of our most popular selling nutritional products worldwide. Finity, the science behind this one, really, it's incredible for our everyday average health. Switching on our sirtuin gene, which is our longevity gene, which for 80% of the Western world, that's never ever activated. But the real kicker with Definity is the product ingredient called TA65, and that's the only scientific product to be proven to re-lengthen damaged telomeres. So if you go and look up what telomeres are, look up TA65, and you'll find that if you think about them like the long, hard, smooth bits at the end of your shoelaces, and every day after we're born, as our cells divide and multiply, these telomeres are shortening and shortening and shortening until eventually they disappear, and that is when we die. So that discovery was made by scientists in 2009. They actually won the Nobel Prize in the medical section for that discovery, and a short time later they discovered TA65 as a molecule that can re-lengthen damaged telomeres. Pretty crazy stuff. So it's an incredibly scientifically proven way to live longer, live healthier, and even reverse the age of cells in our body. Now don't worry, you're not going to turn into Benjamin Button and turn into 14 years of age again. It does not re-lengthen normal shortening telomeres. Okay, it'll slow down that process, but it only re-lengthens your telomeres if they're prematurely shortening, if they're damaged because of our lifestyle, because we're overweight, because we smoke, because we're stressed, these types of things. So you need to go and live a healthier lifestyle, but Finity will help that process. We have Zen. So again, like all Jeunesse products, helping the body naturally take what it's already got and enhance that experience, to wind back the clock, to slow down the aging process. And so as we get older, every year after 30, on average, our body naturally wants to get rid of 1% of lean muscle, gain 1% of body fat. It doesn't have to be that way. With resistance training, with exercise, and having the right nutrition, that can be delayed a long, long time and even continue to grow lean muscle and keep that body fat away. That's what Zen does. It helps it to burn body fat as an energy source, helps your metabolism to speed up again, helps your body and encourage it to have lean muscle. You don't feel the cravings to have sugar, go back for seconds and have bad food. So if you're after a great fat loss, weight loss product, the Zen combination is incredible as well. Nevo, the healthiest formulation of an energy drink that I've ever come across. When you look at the ingredients of the natural berries, the natural vitamins, which is what gives us the energy kick, and boy, does it give you an energy kick. I mean, I've tried these products and they really give you a perk up. Great for athletes, great for young people, great for anyone that's lacking in energy but wants to stay healthy. Okay, this product's not yet available in Australia or New Zealand, but hopefully towards the end of this year, early next year, it will be. So that'll open up a whole new marketplace for us as well. VitaCell. Think about this product as a cleanser, a detoxer. Okay, it's from rice, a special kind of rice in Thailand that they were using to give to malnutrition children with incredible results. But when adults started taking it, they got incredible health benefits as well. So great for your energy levels. If you've got high cholesterol, I would maybe encourage you to try this product, but a great cleanser and detox product to help all the other products work properly. So how do we turn this into a home business? I mean, you've got to have those products that people need. Yeah, that's cool. But when you got products that people want, that's very cool. And that's where people will come to you. They'll buy the product every month. And that can turn into a pretty healthy home-based business with some part-time effort, the same as it did for me. There's 6 different ways you earn income. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but I want you to have an understanding of how it works and what's possible. So you can do the wholesale retail model, kind of like old school business where you do internet marketing to your Jeunesse website. They buy product off of that, you'll make retail sales. About a 40 to 60% markup on average, which is pretty good. You can do home parties, you can do expos, you can do a stand at a shopping center. No problems, and make all those retail profits. As people get curious about the products and maybe even the business, they want to try the business and they definitely going to try the products for themselves. Take you up on your 30-day money-back guarantee offer. And so a great way to do that is for them to buy a best buy package from your website. So it works out even cheaper than buying it at a wholesale. And so they could package up a combination of nutrition and skincare, or just one or the other, into various products into a package, a basic, a supreme, a jumbo, an ambassador package. And depending on which one they buy, you're going to make a once-off sales bonus of between $25 and $250 each time that happens. So that's great upfront money when you're starting your business and people are trying out the products for themselves. What I love about the pay plan is how residual it is. And so it doesn't always revolve around yourself. So when I started, I enrolled one person on my left, like you see in this diagram. I enrolled one person on my right. We're building 2 teams in Jeunesse, and that's it. A left team and a right team. And then I enrolled another 8 people. So initially, very quickly, I enrolled 10 people. And then that started to grow and grow and grow. Okay, now every time there's product purchased on our left team and our right team, which is what my guys wanted to do when they started, to make sure they had belief in the product and try that out for themselves. And then they wanted to make sure they got it every single month. So a lot of people signed up to get a good old monthly order. And then other people bought products for their mum for Mother's Day, and they went shopping for extra product, and other people enrolled, and it just kept on growing where everybody wanted to try these products in both my left team and my right team. Now, every time that balance was purchased in my left and right, I made a $35 team commission. So it wasn't always reliant on me. It might have been someone that I enrolled that enrolled someone. It might have been my upline enrolling someone. It might have been someone shopping. It might have been someone receiving their product. Africa, New Zealand, Canada, Australia, Zambia. It doesn't matter where around the world they were purchasing product. If they purchased it, I'd make a $35 residual team commission. Now that can happen up to 750 times per week. So pure mathematics, 750 times $35 is up to $26,250 per week in that part of the pay plan. But it gets better than that as well. We have an unlimited amount of income that we can make with our matching bonus. So as we're enrolling people on our left and our right and our left and our right, they're called our level 1s. And we might find them because we know them personally. We might have gone to school with them. Maybe someone else saw something on Facebook. Maybe someone else answered a newspaper ad that we posted. Maybe we meet someone out at a networking event. Doesn't matter. There's many different ways, just like building a traditional business, that we can market the Jeunesse products. And so they're called our level 1s. And so their team commissions, we're going to make 20% of as well. So again, just for easy mathematics for me and you, if we were to enroll someone and they went on to make $1 million a year in team commissions, we would make $200,000 a year because they're our level 1s and we make 20%. Okay, not saying that that's what's going to happen, but I'm using a mathematical example for you guys. Now, they've enrolled people as well, so then that becomes your level 2. So you don't know these people, they're strangers, but now you're making 15% off of those as well. Then they enroll someone, you make 10%, they enroll someone 5%, all the way down 7 levels of generation. So you can have as many level 1s as you like, unlimited 20% on your commission earners. You can have then as many level 2s, 3s, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see how quickly your leveraged income can go up and up and up with a few good people that want to build the business as well, that love the products, love sharing with others. That residual income is going to grow pretty quickly. Number 5 is a real simple way to turn that 20% into 25% and even 30%. We really encourage people to have as many customers, people that aren't interested in the business, that love the products in their genealogy as they can. And having 5 customers will turn that 20% into 25%. Having 10 customers will turn that 25% into 30%, giving yourself a nice little bonus on your level 1 distributors. And number 6, what I love these days is the diamond pool, the glue to the pay plan. We share in 3% of the company turnover. And so Jeunesse did $1 billion, and so I share in 3% of that pool. Depending on how many shares in that pool of money I get, this gets paid out quarterly. Depends on, number 1, how big my business was for that 3-month period, and number 2, how many other diamonds were in that pool of money for that 3-month period. And then we get paid out that figure every 3 months. So it's a bonus on top of everything else, which is extremely lucrative as well. On top of that diamond pool, when you get to diamond, you win a all expenses paid holiday around the world, business class flights, accommodation paid for, food, drink, excursions, everything you can think paid for. We just went to Switzerland this year. It was incredible. On the last day, every Jeunesse distributor got given a $1,500 Tissot watch. Absolutely incredible to receive a prize like that on the last day. But every day we got back to our hotel room, there was something new on our bed. It was an incredible trip. The year before, we were in Tahiti. Next year, we're going back to Bora Bora. All expenses paid. I can't tell you how great these trips are. And when you get to Emerald, you also win a free trip to Hawaii. Again, flights paid, accommodation paid, every excursion paid. If you love to travel and you're not a fan of paying for it, you'll love being part of Jeunesse Global. I mean, when you hit Sapphire, you get a trip to Noosa here in Queensland, where I live, a Noosa leadership retreat to learn some higher level learning about the business, hang out in Noosa for a couple of days. That's an incredible trip. Every year we'd have an incentive trip. This year was a Mediterranean cruise, all through France, all through Italy. Well, it was just absolutely amazing, the Mediterranean cruise. And this year's trip will be announced in October. Can't wait to find out where that's going to be next year. But every year we run an incentive trip for someone at any level. They can start the business tomorrow and win this trip around the world, all expenses paid again. So there's some great trips to be won, as well as, your personal development programs. There's so many incentives to get involved in. So that's about me wrapping up, guys. I've got a great charity called Free the Children that we're involved in. So Jeunesse Give Back, we've already raised millions of dollars for Jeunesse kids. And again, if you Google Free the Children, you'll see what an incredible charity it is, and how every dollar is gone towards adopting a village. So it's long-term. It's long-term solutions. It's an adoption. It's working together. It's a partnership. So it's not just going in and feeding kids and then the next day they're hungry again. It's adopting a village, adopting a region, and being with them for the long term. An incredible charity. So all this, guys, you can get started for $44.85 New Zealand dollars. All right, get your website. You can then wholesale retail the product. People can buy the packages from you. You're in business in 125 countries around the world. From there, I'd encourage you to buy one of the product packs, because I think really if you're going to build the business, it's very hard to do so without that belief, without trying the products. People ask you, what does Reserve taste like? Oh, I'm not sure. I don't take any of the products. Zero chance of that person getting behind you. Okay, so try the products, get a pack, open everything up, and go for it. Okay, whether that is you to be younger and healthier and look better, as a wholesale customer, it's probably smarter than being a retail customer. Okay, if you want to sort of look at how that works into some part-time effort and some part-time income, that's pretty simple for us to show you. And if you're looking at full-time income or rock star income, it's going to take some more effort, maybe take some more time. But I've done that, and I can teach you how to do that as well. So it doesn't matter how big or small you're thinking. I look forward to working together with you to help you live life on your terms. So get back to the person that invited you to this webinar, whether they be in New Zealand or abroad. As I said, New Zealand is one of the best countries to be building in right now because there is no one that's a ruby level and above in New Zealand. So I've seen this happen before in the Philippines, in Brazil, all around the world, where someone really steps up now, and over the next 12 months, you can really own 50, 60, 70, 80% of that whole New Zealand market, which will expand into Australia, Asia, all around the world. So it's an incredible time and place globally, but particularly I got a bit of a passion for New Zealand. I'll actually be over there looking at my wall calendar right now, 23rd, 24th and 25th, Christchurch, Wellington, Auckland in August. So I look forward to catching up with you guys one-on-one at the live events in the evening to take it to another level, because we can finish off 2016 hugely in New Zealand and set it up for next year with individuals and teams. So thanks for jumping on, guys. It's been a great turnout here tonight, and we'll get ready for next Monday night, same place, 8 p.m. your time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Australia. We do it every single Monday night. Copy and paste the link, get part of the JFire International team. You can go to the JFire International Facebook group, and I can add you to that, because that's where you pick up the webinars, the systems, the diamond mentors. Every single thing you need to build a big business quickly is in the JFire system. So thanks a lot, guys. This has been Aaron Biley. Remember, live life on your terms. Talk to you soon.